This is probably not very different from you because normally I do film at my house, but it is sort of different, and so since I am in the house, let's just film a new book haul, shall we? Hello beautiful bookworms, my name is Katarina and welcome to my channel, and today I am going to be doing a book haul for you guys. I don't know if it's possibly the last book haul for a while because everyone knows that the situation that we are in is a little bit difficult, and so we're not going to the street to buy books because that wouldn't be the idea of the situation. Portugal is now quarantining, and probably all of you are, so I just wanted to, before starting the video, just sending you some strength and everything will be okay. Let's just do our part in the situation. And yeah, so just in a way to lighten the mood, let's just see the books that I got for the month of March, since I won't be getting any more and the month is almost over. So yeah, let's just do this. So as per usual, I'm going to be starting with my comic issue, then my mangas, and then the books. So if you want to not watch a specific part of the book haul, it's okay, although I would say watch it because all of these are amazingly great and you can get some recommendations for mangas that you wouldn't think that you would like. Yeah, so without further ado, the March book haul. If I look a little bit different, there's people in the house and I'm not comfortable with filming with people hearing me, so that's why I'm not screaming. We shall proceed. So the first that I'm going to show you is a comic issue, and as per normal in these months, since I am doing this comic collection, it is a Ruby comic, Ruby issue 5, and I have already read this one because they are so very small that, of course, you already read one. So basically, if you don't know, the Ruby comics is sort of a comic adaptation of the Ruby animation show. If you want, it is done by Rooster Teeth. It's about magical girls. It's about them becoming huntresses. It's very political. It has to do with racism as well. It has to do with magic. And it's very, very interesting. They have to become huntresses in a team and fight these monsters. It's all very interesting and I am reading it. Of course, this takes place in the midst of what is going on in the animation, so I would recommend you watch the animation before reading, but if you want to pick up the comics, it's fine as well, so just get them. I don't need to say that I love this, but I will leave that for my wrap-up, but I really, really love this. So now for the mangas, I have 9 mangas to show you, which is a lot, and I know that, but I am very excited because some of these, all of these I did not have, but some of these I was expecting them to arrive for a while, and others it was a nice surprise, so I will just start this one. So the first one that I have here is the Ancient Magus Bride Volume 12, and this is by Koreyama Saki, and this is basically this sort of magical series in which our main character, Chisatori, she is purchased in an auction by this sort of creature called Elias, and he tells her that he is the last magus of his kind, and that because she has magical powers, he is going to teach her how to be a magus, and he is also going to marry her for some reason. So it is funny, but at the same time it has some trigger warnings, since Chisa is a person that is not very, doesn't have a lot of self-esteem, and she's not very happy with her situation, and she's also has some traumatic situations in her past. So she's learning how to let all that go, how to be a person for herself and how to live for herself instead of for others, and learning what to do with her magical powers that can be fatal for her. Also, this is very interesting because it's set in England and it has 2 types of magic: the magus, which are people that do have magical power and take their power out of nature, and the alchemists that study magical power and try to forge it even though they do not have a specific magical power of their own, and so sometimes they don't really know how to deal with the situation. It also has a lot of magical creatures. Elias, for example, it's a magical creature. It has fairies, it has dragons, it has a lot of beautiful creatures, and the art is really pretty, so I don't know, I really like the Ancient Magus Bride. And there's a TV show. I don't know if it's good, but if it's anything like the base material, it should be. So if you don't want to read, you can watch it. The next ones that I have to talk about are 4 volumes of the same manga series, which was a surprise since I wasn't expecting them, but It was this shipment that wasn't really okay, so I just got the leftovers and I was very happy about that. So I have 4 volumes of Sailor Moon by Naoko Takeuchi, and this is the very well-known Magical Girls manga series, which was my childhood while I was watching animation, because this was one of the first animes that I have ever seen ever. So of course I want to have the base material and read it, and the art is very pretty-ish, which isn't normally my kind of art, but Sailor Moon is in my heart, and it's about these Sailor Guardians that represent each of the planets, and Sailor Moon, which is the main guardian, and she represents the moon, and she's like the sort of incarnation of a moon princess, and she has to fight evil and defend Earth, and it's beautiful. And so this is volume 1, and then I got volume 5, and then volume 7, and volume 10. And I already had volume 11 as well, so I only need the rest of the volumes to complete the series, but I'm very happy that I have this one, since Sailor Pluto is my favorite character of Sailor Moon, and so I am very excited that I do have her manga, because she's gorgeous and I love Sailor Moon. It's just so fun and so nice and so pretty, which normally isn't my thing, but it's magical, you know, and planets. I don't know, it's really, really fun. If you have not watched Sailor Moon yet, did you have a childhood, first of all? Second of all, you should. It's nice. It's emotional. Strangely. Yeah. So I still have a lot to go to complete the series because there's 12 volumes in it, but I'm in a good place. So I'm very excited to get the next ones whenever. We will see. Next, I've got a very common one as well on my channel, and that is Tokyo Ghoul Re. This is volume 15, and this is by Sui Ishida. So right now, the sequel, Tokyo Ghoul Re, has already surpassed the first series of Tokyo Ghoul, which was only 14 mangas. And that I know of, there's another one coming, so I'm not really sure. Where is it? Yes, it says here volume 16 will be out in April, so I am not really sure how many volumes this is going to have, but this is becoming a problem because that's my Tokyo Ghoul collection and it's becoming too big for my other collections to be in there, but I am really enjoying where this is going. This is entering like a final stage situation. I have only this one to read for now of those that came, and it's been amazing. So for those of you that do not know, the original series of Tokyo Ghoul is about this boy that, from a series of unfortunate events, happens to become half ghoul, half human, and it's sort of about who are the real monsters, the ghouls that feed on humans and can't live without eating human flesh, or the humans that destroy the habitats of other creatures and don't allow anyone to live besides them. And it's a little bit scientific in a way, particularly Tokyo Ghoul Re, since it has a lot of explanations of how ghouls are formed and how their cells react to sort of other situations. There's a lot about clones, there's a lot of scientific situations, which normally isn't my cup of tea, but in this case, I really love this series. So yeah, but it's a little bit gory. Okay, a lot gory, and it has a lot of difficult topics to deal with, so if it's not something that you're comfortable with, I wouldn't recommend. But the art of this is great, and it's one of the best mangas if you want to read action sequences, since you can almost see the people moving, which is not really normal, because sometimes you have those sort of art sequences where it appears they are moving and you understand that they are doing stuff, but they're not moving actually. And in here, it's not the situation. It's like they're coming out of the page and you're seeing them moving. And I really like how Suishida does this. And I'm just gonna try to, I don't know, I think this won't spoil anyone, but it's very, I don't know, I really enjoy this. And this cover is really beautiful, although for some reason it's pink. Why? I don't know, but okay, it's there. Then the next one that I have was a complete and total surprise, and apparently it's a new release, and I know nothing about this. So this is called Raw Hero, and this is by Akira Hiramoto. And I'm just going to read the back because I have no idea what this is, and it says, a portion of humanity has obtained special abilities and 2 groups emerge in conflict. On the side of justice are heroes, on the side of villainy are monsters. For Shiaki, however, all that matters is finding work to support his younger brothers. But when a simple train ride to his latest interview takes a perverse turn, his sense of right leads him down an unexpected and uncomfortable path. From the mind of prison school creator comes a raw new story of a man caught between good and evil, lies and truth, and light and shadow. I don't know. Apparently, this is the story of a dude, but there's a woman in here. I don't know. I really don't know. And it says, just remember this: in this world of ours, the first to die are those without guts. And I don't know if this is going to be for me because there's a scene in here where there is an elephant's trunk and something very sexual happening with that, and I don't know if that's really my thing, but I really want to know what this is about since it has heroes and villains or monsters apparently. I don't know. It might be fun. I will probably do a review of this, maybe, if you guys want. If any of you know what this is about, just tell me something in the comments down below because my expectations are a bit, I really don't know what to think about this, but since I got it, I might as well read it and see if it's good. Then another one that I got is the third volume of Magnus of the Library. This is by Mitsu Izumi, and I've told you already, I haven't read any of these, but I'm very, very in love with the situation. It kind of looks like sort of Arabian sort of tales in which we have this main character that really, really wants to get into this library, but he can't because of his ears, I believe. But then he finds a way to just go there. I don't know, this sounds a lot like Strange the Dreamer to me. If any of you has ever read this and Strange the Dreamer, just tell me if it's sort of similar, because I am pretty sure that as someone that loved Strange the Dreamer, I will love Magus of the Library, but I don't know, I still have to read it, so I'm not going to talk a lot about this because I also don't want to spoil myself by looking at the back of it, but the art is just beautifully done, and it has some Arabian vibes, and I don't know, I love it. So I'm really happy that I have these so I can binge read all three of them and love it and maybe do a review, I don't know. And then the last manga that I have is the most beautiful of them all, and it is Full Metal Alchemist, the Full Metal edition, the 8th of the Full Metal editions. And this is by Hiromu Harakawa, which I can never pronounce without looking, but I should know already since Full Metal Alchemist is one of my favorite stories of all time. And yes, I said stories. Count books, movies, TV shows, mangas. Full Metal is one of the best, and if you have anything to say against that, I respect your opinion, but you're probably wrong or haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood or read it, because you cannot be right. I'm just kidding, but in order for you to know what this is basically the story about these two brothers. When they were very, very young, they lost their mother and they decide to resurrect her using alchemy, which they were learning. But that's a big no-no in alchemy, and one of the brothers loses his arm and his leg, and the other one has his soul attached to a piece of armor and loses his entire body. And so from there on, they embark on a journey in which they study even more alchemy, and they start to belong to the military of their country in order to find the Philosopher's Stone in order to get their bodies back. So it's a lot about religion, politics, it's a lot about family, it's a lot about love, friendship, hardship, and it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. So if you've never read this or watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I mean, what are you doing? Just go. Just go. It's one of the best things you'll ever watch. So please do. And yeah, this edition is gorgeous, is a hardcover, and I am collecting them all because I never read the manga for Full Metal Alchemist, so there's a first time for everything. And I'm very happy that these are coming out because this story deserves such a beautiful packaging. This is one of the characters of the story, by the way, which I'm not going to say who because I don't want to spoil you, so goodbye. And now we are arriving to the books that I have to show you. It's only 3 books, which it's not much considering, well, it's not... What did I want to say? Jesus. I was going to say, it's not that little considering that I already had all of these before, but in terms of books, it's not that much as well, but I don't know, it's just, they're just so perfect, all of them, that it's a beautiful haul. So the first one that I want to show you will provide me a beautiful like by Anna Francesca because she's been telling me to read this for a long time. We buddy read the first book in this series, Furyborn, and she already read the second one, and I was like, yeah, sure, one day. But now I got Kingsbane by Claire Legrand, and this is the second book in the Imperium trilogy, which began with Furyborn, as I said, and I absolutely loved Furyborn. So I am so glad that I have Kingsbane now so that I can read it. I have to send this to Anna so she can see that I'm going to read it, and because she already read it, I am going to annoy her while telling her what I think about this, because she's the only one that's going to understand my pain in this situation. So prepare yourself, Anna, because I'm going to leave her link down below as well, because you guys should check her out. She has an amazing YouTube channel as well, and she has a lot of great opinions and a lot of great ways to communicate with people, and she has all sorts of different ideas. So yeah, just gonna... no shame in that. But yeah, this is Kingsbane. I am going to tell you about Furyborn, the first one, and it's basically about this world that is supposed to have two queens. One of them the Blood Queen and the other is the Sun Queen. One of them is supposed to save the world and the other to destroy it. And we are seeing two main characters, two girls, a lot of years apart, like 1,000 years apart? I don't remember, but yeah. And we don't know, well, in the beginning we already know which is really fun, but we are following the Blood Queen since she's very young until the point where the situation will be unbearable, and we are also following the Sun Queen, and she's afraid of becoming like the Blood Queen instead of solving her people's problems, which is very interesting as well. And I just love the magic system in this. It has a lot of material, sort of, you have all of the elements that you can move, and it's so amazing. In the first one there's trials, and in the second one I cannot wait to see how it's going to be. And I love the relationships between the characters. It has angels, it has, I don't know, I really like it. So I'm very excited for this one. Then another one that I was extremely excited about, and that it has another beautiful cover, which is sort of the topic for all of the things that I'm hauling today. That is Brenda Sanderson's Starsight, which is the sequel to Skyward, which I read and loved because it's Brenda Sanderson and it's a soap opera. Well, a space soap opera, so a space opera, because it's sort of Star Wars, but if there was no empire and there were aliens. Okay, it has nothing to do with Star Wars, but it just feels like it, okay? I don't know, I like it. So talking about the first one, Skyward, it's about this girl called Spencer. She wants to be a pilot in a world where pilots are the most important things and that protect people from being invaded by aliens and killed. So she lives in this world that lives pretty much almost inside caverns, because there's these aliens attacks that try to decimate all of them, and so the pilots protect and save humankind and let them like fight against the aliens. And she wants to be a pilot, but her dad was a pilot and was branded as a coward because he went away when his team was fighting against the aliens, and so she's branded as a coward because she's the son of a coward and they don't want to let her pilot. But because she was lucky in the situation and she found stuff, she could get into the pilot academy. So it's like a journey into becoming a pilot, and I really like Spencer's character development. I think that she is just a normal girl, like something that pretty much all of us could identify with, and I don't know, I really want to see what she does in Starsight. Plus, look at this cover. Like, I mean, even if you didn't like the book. Okay, this was very egotistic and centered and stuff, and sorry about that. And now the last one, it's one of my most anticipated releases. It released last year, but I couldn't get my hands on it, and I didn't know that Portugal was going to translate this book. So when I found that out, I was so happy, and I got the book, and it is Sarla C by Erin Morgenstern. And first of all, this was a cover that I wanted to get, which is I believe the United States cover, because the UK cover, it's pretty, but it's a little bit strange, and in this sort of floppy thing, I don't think it would be beautiful as it is in the hardbacks that I've been seeing. But this is just so beautiful, and I have kept the spoilers to 0 in this. The only thing that I know is that our main character, I do believe he's studying video games in university, and he comes across a book that has a story about his life, but not in the way that he remembers it. and there's these keys that will show him what is going on. I don't know, but if it's as any good as The Night Circus, and people are saying that it's better, then I'm going to love it, because I love The Night Circus, which was the other only book by this author, I think. Yeah, so I am very excited. I have very, very high expectations, and it's supposed to be a standalone again, which is great, because in these times, I need to read. So yeah. Okay, so this is going to be all for my book haul. If you've read any of these books, just please don't spoil me, but just tell me if you like them. If you didn't, just tell me which books you got from March, or which books you're going to get, which books you're most excited about. Just talk to me in the comments. You already know I really like to talk, and let's just all stay at home, read, be okay with this situation, which is not a very, very good situation to be in, but let's just take our minds off things and wonder, and just get some hauls, read some books, and finish our TBRs, because we can do it, and we are the readers, and the readers live 1,000 lives. So that's going to be all for today, and happy readings to you all in this situation. If you need anyone to talk to, I'm going to leave my socials down below. You can do it. It's okay. We all need to talk sometimes. If you want to talk about books, fine. If you want to talk about anything else, it's okay as well. And I also wanted to say, at the time that I'm filming this, I have more than 500 subscribers, so I could reach them before my birthday, which is actually in April. So I'm very, very happy. Thank you all for standing with me, and thank you all to the new people that discovered me and that decided that they wanted to subscribe. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I have more videos to come, and hopefully not next week, but after that. I am hoping to make a video celebrating all 500 of you and the rest that comes up eventually. So just get ready for that, and I hope that you enjoy everything that you see on this channel. So yeah, happy readings to you all. Bye!